Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and as you can see, sneak peek number 1 for the November update is here at long last. We can actually have some fun, because I don't know about you guys, but it's been really dead in Future Fight as of late. So much so that as much as there's content that I could have made, there's nothing that was really exciting me. So I decided to just take a step back, and instead of complaining, just chill out and wait for this next update. And as you can see, the gods of Olympus are coming. We got Heracles, we got Hades, we got my girl. I can't believe she's actually in the freaking game, bro. Oh my god. We actually have Athena coming in. We have Aphrodite, and then we got freaking Zeus in the back. Now, am I the only one looking at Hades and thinking, poor man Apocalypse, just because of the suit? Me personally, I don't really like this look for Hades, okay? I don't like it, personally. But it is what it is. Yeah, so we know Epic Quest is coming. 4 characters already there. There's usually more in an Epic Quest, so my guess is there's gonna be at least 2 characters coming in a mid-month or something to finish off this Epic Quest. But you can pretty much expect this to be the most expensive Epic Quest we've seen thus far. If you think Hope Summers being, 7K was expensive, I expect this to be more, because I expect them to milk us. But hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully this video ages poorly and I am extremely wrong, but I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? I think the reason why they lowered the cost of the other Epic Quests is because they're gonna basically try and separate them as this being a higher tier of Epic Quests, because these are literally gods, right? Like Sentry's kind of a god in his own right, but these guys are legitimately gods, right? So I expect these guys to be even more expensive. Not saying I want them to be, not trying to justify the cost, but I think they're gonna find a way to try and squeeze more crystal from us. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, every single one of these characters kind of in a way remind me of another character that's in the game already. Like obviously Zeus is 1-to-1 basically just Odin, and he kind of just looks like a young version of Odin. Athena, kind of looks like Angela. I'm looking at Aphrodite over here, and 1-to-1, I'm not sure who I would say she reminds me of. But I'm just looking at like what they have her in. Maybe Athena, like with her uniform. And obviously Hades reminds me of Apocalypse, dead to right. And Hercules, when he was strolling in, I get Thor vibes, but it is what it is. Yeah, well, I guess there's 5, right? I kind of forgot about him, to be honest with you. I was looking at the other 4, and him squaring up the fight off Zeus is pretty interesting. So maybe we'll see one more character. Let me jump in game. I gotta double check all of the other Epic Quests and stuff, because like is there any that only had 5 characters outside of like not that, outside of Doctor Strange? Let me go to the Epic Quest and let's just count it off, right? Sound it off. Alright, so we got Goblin. Well, I guess these guys technically are not the characters, but alright, so we got Goblin Queen, and Goblin Queen came with Exodus, Havoc, and Hope. So that's only 4. Because the other guys were already in the game. Okay, so maybe they won't add anybody else, right? Interesting. Okay, and these guys, that was 6, but that was some time ago. All right. Okay, let's look at Sentry. This was 7, but how many of them were already in the game? It was Moonstone, Ares. Oh, okay, I see. Ares is gonna be added to that quest. Ah, because Ares is, yeah, okay, he's the one that I was forgetting about. I wouldn't be surprised if they use this as an opportunity to give Ares tier 4. But I think Hades and Zeus, and even Hercules, or Heracles, however you guys want to say his name, can justifiably get a tier 4. You know what I'm saying? But they might use this as a moment to give him his tier 4 finally, to make him good, and a uniform obviously. But I'm looking at this. It was Molecule Man, Ares, Moonstone, and Sentry. And then over here, 6, we had Gladiator, Beta Ray Bill, and then we had Nova, and I think Philovel came, and Darkhawk also came. Okay, so yeah, I think that these are probably all the characters we're gonna get. Maybe. I'm thinking that might be the case. Yeah, because they'll just add Ares over as a requirement, because he's a paywall character, right? So they might want to try and boost his value a little bit. Interesting stuff. Over on the forums, this is what they had to say to us. Let me know how you guys have been dealing with what feels like the month-long drought, okay? Because Medusa Miles really didn't cut it for most people, myself included. But yeah, that's what they had to say right here. Agents, transcended beings from across dimensions have arrived. Meet the powerful gods of Olympus and a hero worshipped for ages who possesses immense strength and authority. Immortal gods of Olympus, the goddess of wisdom, the goddess of love and beauty, the ruler of the underworld, the strongest hero, and the king of gods will finally arrive. Prepare for the changes brought by the overwhelming power of these 5 noble beings who once shook Mount Olympus, or just Olympus, whatever. We'll provide more information through the update details, and then they also gave us the live stream celebration thing here. And I'm looking at this, and this might be a hidden character, right? Because I'm looking at the art, and it doesn't resemble anybody in the, I guess, Athena, and I guess it's Hercules. I'm kind of confused as to why they would block this out when they already showed us in the trailer. All right, I'm guessing it's Athena and Hercules, right? No, but the weapon. Hold on. Let me go back. I gotta go back and check this out real quick. I gotta look at the handle of the weapon. Give me a sec. Yeah, it might be Hercules. I don't know. The hair looks like it might be Hercules, right? Unless I'm bugging. So it might be Athena and Hercules, but it is what it is. We'll find out literally in a couple days. So yeah, ladies and gents, leave me your thoughts in the comments. Are you excited for this new update? Have your crystals ready. You know what I'm saying? I got 80k. I wasn't really saving it for these guys, truthfully speaking, but I rock with Zeus. I rock with Hercules heavy. Even though the look for Hades is not what I want, I expect him to be meta. I expect him to shake things up quite handsomely, even though he is pretty devilish looking. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm kind of excited for this update. We got 5 new characters to work on. I'm expecting 3 of them to get tier 4. 3 at least, possibly 4 or 5. All right, I'm kind of hoping though, right? Truthfully, I would want all of them to get tier 4, but it's not feasible, right? I would prefer though if Ares got a uniform that made him viable and a tier 4, and one of these guys could wait. Maybe Aphrodite or something like that. You know, if I had to choose one who didn't get it, I would say they should probably give Zeus and freaking Hades tier 4 day 1, Nah, actually, they're gonna do Hercules. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do Hercules. So do Hercules and Zeus, and then yeah, Hercules and Zeus, and then Hades and Ares together. I don't know, but they got to do Ares, bro. They can't leave him behind. You know what I'm saying? They cannot leave the God of War behind. Like he is absolute dog shit. So they gotta juice him up. If these five coming and base are stronger than him, and 4 out of 5 get tier 4, that'd be sad for him, bro. That'd be sad for him. But they might just be waiting until they buff that epic quest. Like that's honestly what we might be waiting on. But like they buff Century, right? It's just Moonstone, Molecule Man, and Ares left from that epic quest. So we might, if he doesn't get anything here, he might be waiting until Molecule Man gets tier 4, and then Moonstone returns to the meta with a tier 4. But even then, you know what I'm saying? Like, he might get skipped over again. That's tough, my boy. That's tough. Anyways, man, y'all let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. You hype or not? Catch you in the next one. Peace.